Hello, it's Princess Kimmy. I thought that maybe a fun thing to start doing would be to make uh, vlog videos. And so I thought about what stuff I could talk about. This is just going to be some random topics to sort of fill time between the rare moments when I can stream stuff. Uh, so the first thing that I thought might be fun in finger quotes, talk about was a video I watched the other day. It was about whether you whether it's worth it to get an autism diagnosis as an adult. And it was not a good video. It was like the only point that it had in like favor of getting a diagnosis as an adult was basically just a few variations of it'll be validating to know that yes, you do in fact have autism and to have that professional diagnosis. And that's not enough. Like maybe it's enough for some people, but if you're going to talk about like the benefits of getting a professional diagnosis, I feel like the important thing to focus on would be, you know, what tangible benefits does this have? Not just like a feeling, but like what services might this get you access to depending on where you live? Uh, if this could be helpful for insurance at all, if you live in the United States, um, what treatment might become available to help you deal with things. But that didn't really, none of that came up. It was just, it'll be validating to have a professional diagnosis and to know that you belong in the autism community and to be able to tell doctors that you have autism. And it's like, that's nice. I certainly have insecurities that would be resolved by getting a professional diagnosis about whether or not I do have autism. But if you're going to bring up that, like, yeah, it's a hassle and stuff, I feel like you owe it to your audience to point out more benefits than the warm, fuzzy feeling you get inside like it's Christmas morning. I don't know. I feel like if you don't get into the tangible benefits, you're basically just gonna make it sound not worth the hassle, or at least not worth the hassle unless you're like rich or some shit. I don't know. It actually did a big blow to my motivation in terms of getting a diagnosis. I feel less motivated to get one now. So my next topic is that I've been getting a little bit into Bionicle. I don't want to like overinflate how into Bionicle I'm getting. It's like a mild casual interest. Uh, I got into it because of another VTuber, and so I watched a video that sort of explained the history of Bionicle, which was like an overview of the lore and then like the different sets that they put out, and I tried to play a rebuilt version of a an unreleased Bionicle game, but it was really it wasn't just that it was clunky because like what did I expect? It was that there was a specific issue with the audio that really got to me, and I also didn't know how to save. And so like this audio issue made it very hard to keep playing because it just made every sound effect be at like max volume and like you could hear enemies walking around loudly no matter how close they were. It was weird. Uh and I so there used to be a Flash game set in the world of Bionicle that you could play online. And there's a downloadable version of that, and I've been streaming that for my mama as opposed to like the general populace. And I don't know, it's been kind of neat. It's it's just interesting. There's an interesting sort of spirituality to what it depicts, while all the characters are like these robotic looking action figure designs. And the game has some puzzle elements, and it's enough to be, I don't know, like somewhat engaging without being like very complicated or anything. So it's a good cozy game to play when I just want to stream something for just my mama. Yeah, that's the amount of I've been getting into Bionicle. It probably sounds like more than it is, but it's just been like something I've been learning about and messing with on a whim. If I do get more into it, maybe I'll see about posting some real Bionicle content. But there's at least one much better Bionicle VTuber than I could ever be. Uh, I think I'll Yukino Diana. I'll link her in the description of this video. Uh, Thinking about what else might be good to talk about. Uh, so I don't know if anyone who's gonna watch this has ever played Grand Blue Fantasy, the mobile game. It's been having a weird time. A lot of people, or at least in my group of people, a lot of people seem to be dissatisfied lately. Um, Part of that is power creep. There's been a lot of things resulting in power creep. Some of it's just like really powerful characters or a few really powerful weapons. Um, but then they're doing these other things that definitely do create power creep. Uh, I won't get into like the specifics because it's it's not gonna make any sense unless you play Grand Blue already. But it's been kind of weird to see sort of these changing feelings about the game. I'm still enjoying it. I plan on sticking with it as long as I have peers who are sticking with it. But yeah. Also, they announced the next uh Guild Wars event in Grand Blue. And Guild Wars has nothing to do with the popular MMO. It's a competitive event between guilds. Uh, Crews is what they are called in Grand Blue, and where basically it's a contest to see who can kill the most monsters in a span of time. And it is the event in the game where like people play the game during it more than at any other time, and people a lot of effort goes into building strong parties, strong teams for to be ready for Guild Wars. And they announced the next Guild Wars is going to happen in during the same week that Final Fantasy Endwalker comes out, which uh, is a decision. Um, I mean, granted, you can't really schedule everything around other stuff that's going on because there's always going to be other stuff going on, but Final Fantasy 14 is a very big other stuff to just kind of schedule your biggest event during. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects how competitive the rankings are this time in Grand Blue. I'm probably going to be able to play about as much as I normally do, which probably not as much as my crew would like, but I do my best. We'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a blog video later on where I'm like, so I got a really good ranking in Guild Wars because literally nobody was playing. They were all grinding in FF14. And now I am the queen of Grand Blue, and they're gonna come to my house and give me a real sword. Maybe that'll be a video. I think that's about everything that I have to talk about right now. I've also been playing Genshin, but I don't have a lot to say about Genshin. I think if I were going to talk about Genshin, it would have to be like its own video about my thoughts on Genshin currently, and I don't think I want to make that video. I don't know. It's not my jam. It's not my thing to make a video like that. Uh, thank thank you everyone who's been even checking in on my channel at all, checking out the videos I post, and my streams. I'm not under any illusions that I am a popular streamer or anything, so even the like single handful of people who check my stuff out makes me happy. Uh, if you stuck through this blog post to the end, you are amazing and a champion, and thank you so much. I will see you all later.